Hi everyone and welcome to UCR. I'm your host WAVYYY and today you're locked into the Let's Talk Anime show, and as the name suggests, we discuss everything manga, anime and superhero shows related. Today's episode is the first episode in UCR. Can I get a whoop whoop? Can I get a whoop whoop? Yes. Today we're going to be talking about Hunter x Hunter first arc, the Hunter exams arc. We'll be doing a breakdown on the Hunter exam to be looking at an overview of what we think, whether we liked it, whether we disliked it, did we hate it, why did we hate it, did we like it, why did we like it. We'll be looking at the MVP of this arc, who was the most valuable player. We'll be looking at the saddest moment of this arc. We'll also be looking at what was the play of the game, and lastly we'll be concluding on what was missing from this arc, what could have made it better. Now, before I introduce the panel today, I just want to say, this whole channel would have been here about a week ago, yeah. About a week ago. But someone from South London stole my camera. So like, yeah, I think this is just the London life we got to deal with, you know what I'm saying? Get the London look and that, yeah. Just shout out South London, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, without further ado, let me introduce the panel. So to my left, we've got the main man himself, Mo Deezus.
Mo.
Yes. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good about this.
Welcome to UCR.
Yeah,
How you feeling, man?
Pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about this. I'm very excited. Looking forward to this Hunter episode. Got a few thoughts.
Yeah.
And looking forward to it. And many episodes to come. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, yeah.
Now this is the last episode, we're getting him out. No, I'm joking. Okay, next up we've got the main man, Rubik's Cube himself. How you feeling, Rubik's Cube? Welcome to UCR.
Yeah. Good to be here, fam. It's about time. Long time coming.
Yeah, long time coming. Just so you guys know beforehand, yeah, Rubik's Cube, he has like a really bad mental health condition, right? And that mental health condition, I call it the Hunteritis. It's like all he needs is somebody to waywardly talk about hunting. Like, oh, I went fox hunting one day. And he'll be like, hunting? Hunter? I don't want to say hunter. Let me rewatch it from episode 1.
I can't help myself. This is
I'm not like, from episode
stories.
1, let's go now.
Let's go again.
Yeah. So obviously we had to bring him through. We're doing anything to do with Hunter, of course. So Mo, you've got for me the synopsis. What is the synopsis of the Hunter exam?
So, I can...
Let's go for it.
Absolutely. So,
the synopsis and our overviews.
Of course. So, it starts off with Gon in his village on Whale Island, and he is hunting a fish that a lot of people have been trying to catch, called the Master of the Swamp. So he made a wager with his aunt to be told that if he could catch the fish, she would then let him do the Hunter exams. Once he does finally catch the fish, she then signs off for it, sends him off, and he ends up on the boat on his way to the Hunter exam, and he meets a few people there.
Alright, can you hold up just for 1 second?
No, go for it.
What a fucking forgetful episode.
I know.
What a forgetful episode. Like, I didn't even remember that. That she would let him go.
I only remember because I've seen it about 17 times.
Yeah. 170 times. 170.
You don't remember when he's got the leaf on his
all I remember.
Around the tree.
All I remember is him touching his nose to smell it. That was it. That's the only thing I remember. That episode is fucking forgetful.
You're not wrong.
And actually, just real quick, because the viewers don't actually know this is another funny thing, yeah. Because Mo, you're quite like new to anime, right?
I'm
new
quite
to
new
anime.
to anime.
So a while ago, obviously, we told him like what animes to watch. It was like Hunter x Hunter. Watch Hunter x Hunter, yeah. So we've left him. Months have gone by, and I'm like, wait, hold on a minute. Hey Mo, what Hunter x Hunter are you watching? And he's like, the old 1999 with these dead-ass anime, whatever. He's like, I was like, no. He was already in Yorkshire City arc. I was like, no.
I'd watched like 35, solid 35, 40 episodes. And I was like, no, it's an old anime. There must be a reason as to why the boys are telling me, yo, come watch this. But I was like, especially you, do you know that I'm a fan of animation? You know that I'm a fan of quality animation. So I'm like, oh, the animation isn't all that. And Ruth goes, hey, hold on. What?
Yeah.
Which one are you watching?
Yeah, I was like,
it said 1999. Bro,
the old school, like Ninja Scroll level animation. You have to show
terrible
animation,
But there was an added benefit of it as well. Is that I got introduced to Kite in the first couple of episodes. So when Kite did make an appearance,
you knew
and we'll get to that. Obviously, I kind of it didn't take me off guard a bit, but. Yeah, man, I wish you guys had told me a little bit earlier.
At least I looked back to be like, wait, is he okay? I checked, I was like, wait a minute. Wait, is he okay? Yeah. But yeah, okay, yeah, that's probably the main thing I wanted to get to. Basically, this first episode is pretty trash, to be honest, but the actual original one has a better episode because you're supposed to meet Kite when you're supposed to meet Kite, and it actually helps because obviously later on he's going to be important for future arcs. But yeah, okay, right, man.
And then we go on to the boat. Yeah, we're on the boat. We're on a boat, and once we're on the boat, that's it.
He's smiling. He's gonna go rewatch it. Yeah, he's gonna go rewatch it. Bet money. I go home with him. Yeah, you will see him just there like bet money.
They get onto the boat.
Yeah.
No worries. They get onto the boat, and there's a big storm. There's a big storm, and everyone gets sick. Everyone sort of loses consciousness. And you have only Kurapika and Leorio, who are the only two other people awake other than Gon and the captain. Yes, the captain was still awake. Yeah, but so he's got his eyes on these three. Yeah. Okay, there's something special about these guys because this is where the test has already started, but not everyone knows that. And if we go through this, okay. I'm gonna have to read through this a little bit.
Go for it.
So the captain actually asks them why they want to be hunters, and only Gon answers. Gon's the only one that answers. So you don't actually find out the motive of the other two until later on. And we do find out.
Number one, deadbeat dad. Cannot be topped. We'll get onto that another day. Number one,
he's a special man.
Dad.
He's a special man.
If he was my dad, he would have got us sparked. But yeah, sorry.
No, we keep going. So, Kurapika and Leorio have a fight. They go out into the storm, and they're arguing. And as they're arguing, a crew member jumps in, tries to stop them, and he falls overboard on the ship. And even though Gon's the furthest away, he's the one that gets there. Yeah, he gets there first. He grabs the crewmate that's fallen over, and he looks back and he's got Kurapika holding him by one leg, and he's got Leorio holding him by the other leg. At a point, people squashed. They're like,
can I just say something? I'm cutting. Let's be honest, Leo. You don't want that smoke. Kurapika. You don't want that smoke. Kurapika will fucking You don't want that smoke, G. Top your tool up, cuz. Top your tool up. You don't want it. Kurapika.
I don't think he knew.
You don't think he was gonna get a finish on
he was gonna.
Anyhow, those eyes went red.
Can't lie though, Kurapika, he might have got in trouble when Nero backs like the little flicky he's got. the little knife he pulls out kills me.
It kills them every time. You've got to take life and you've got to give it. I love it. It's a job description.
Give life with one hand, take life
with the other. That's something I'll talk about later on, but I just feel that, I think that in that whole group, there's such a power disparity, but just literally didn't get a grow up, fam. No. Everyone grew up and he's just the only one that's still just, I found Nen. I'm like, yo, we've been doing stuff with Nen all the time.
Okay, so after this happens, I'm gonna have to go through this very quickly, but the captain gives him a hint. Yeah, the captain gives him a hint to find the navigators. Yeah, the lone cedar tree. To find the navigators who will then help get to the hunter exam. Gon goes, Kurapika goes, but Leorio stays and finds out then he's being tricked and then goes and runs off. He hears and then goes.
Okay. Let's drop it there and just say, what's your thoughts about that little section? Any overall feelings about that?
For
me, I kind of feel this. Obviously, this is only in the first couple of episodes, so you can't be too mad about it. But it's just not. For me, it's that Hunter hasn't started yet. It's not really started yet. Like it's coming. But I feel like other animes have done their first episodes better. And I'm not talking about new animes now, where they usually rush things. I'm talking about like even the older ones. I look at Naruto. I look at Bleach. Their first episodes. Bleach has an amazing first episode. You're just in like that. Naruto's first episode is trash, but the moment you meet Kakashi, you're just in like that. Like, so I just feel like they could have.
I think it's
okay.
Funny enough, I think at this point, I think they're only about 2 episodes in.
Yeah,
It's not that long at all.
You can't be mad. I'm not hating. I'm just saying.
And I do think, you're right about not an amazing start. It doesn't. If you show, there are certain animes where if you show the first episode, it hooks people in. This might not be that anime, but it's one that you give time and it rapidly starts accelerating. By episode 5, 6, or 7.
I think there is a blatant turning point to the tone of the whole anime, to be honest.
Do you reckon?
But we'll cover that.
We'll
go back into it.
So what happens?
So at this point, we're getting up to the navigators.
Yeah. Well, even before we get there, there's the first lady does the riddle.
Yeah? How's that go?
Do you not remember?
They were asking questions.
Yeah, she comes out in the middle of the road, asks a question. There was a geezer that was following them, was like, I know the answer.
Yeah.
She lets him through, but obviously the wrong way.
Yeah. What was the riddle? Do you remember?
It was if you got to save, was it save your mum and your sister or something?
Yeah.
Or I can't remember exactly what the riddle was.
And what was the answer? Do you remember the answer?
I think it was silence.
Yeah, you
was
couldn't
silence
choose.
not the right answer?
No, I remember he was coming
silence
back.
was the right answer.
Of course, Gon was.
And I think Kurapika, I don't know if Kurapika
I think Kurapika got it first, but Gon just stays silent, thinking about it the whole time.
Yeah. That's the correct
answer.
That's the correct answer. Yeah, but like that doesn't make sense though, because there's Bear Man in the Hunter exam that would choose so many. You say that to his soccer fan. What's he gonna say? There's Bear Man in that. Because why you make
use the stronger fighter?
why I don't get that, because why would you make it about the morality that you have to be a good morally person when there's scummy hunters everywhere.
They're all devils.
Scumbags everywhere. Even certain man that I'm about to talk about real soon.
We'll get there.
Yeah, you know exactly, fam.
That's it. Silence is the answer. Kurapika was actually the guy who clocked onto it, and he heard the guy who got sent through by the lady. He heard him screaming. So I don't know where the other part is.
It's too soon for Hunter to be getting dark like that. Heads will start rolling, but not yet.
Not yet.
So they all reach a house with 2 navigators posing as a couple, being attacked by a magical beast called a Kiriko. The beast takes off with the lady. Gon and Kurapika chase after it. Eventually they manage to save. They realize that it's all a bit of an act. And the navigators take them to a restaurant, which is the actual start of the Hunter exam.
Even before that little thing with the family, it kind of shows what they're all about. How Leorio stays behind to help out with the medical staff. Gon can spot certain things that other people can't. He notices you're not the same one. Do you know what I mean?
So
Kurapika's the level-headed one that's gonna do all the thinking. True. It establishes them quite well.
It's true.
I'll give it that. Then the Hunter exam begins.
Yeah, they're in the restaurant, and the room is actually an elevator. It starts to drop. As they make their way down, Kurapika and Leorio try to find out whether Gon is taking a test for adventure or wealth, or they still don't know.
Hashtag deadbeat daddy number one. No, undefeated.
It's a new type of daddy issue. It's a new type.
And this is where we get introduced to one of my favourite characters. Tompa.
The new killer.
He's always like, Sonotori. That's his song. Bam, that guy, I was about to say that.
He's cold.
That's one of my main notes here, basically. I don't feel, to me, that Hunter x Hunter gets going until you meet this guy.
It's true.
When you meet this guy, it's like Hunter begins. And then you meet him all it's the level, the depths, like the prep. He will sit there and he'll plan the whole thing. And like, even when they get too far, he's like, nah, I've done too well. I need to go back. But like, it's just the way that this guy preps for it. It's just like,
he's done it how many times?
Funny.
35 times.
Yeah, it's something silly. It's something silly.
He's got you know what my brother said to me once? He was like, you know what? I bet one day he would just dreamed of being a hunter and someone broke his dream. And he just said, no, I'm gonna be that guy. From now on, if you take my dream, I'm taking everybody else.
I'm taking everybody else's dreams.
That's his. This is also a good part, because at this part you also start meeting a lot of other people. Good character design.
You do.
They look serious. They look cool.
You do. So you get introduced to Hisoka. You get introduced to, I would say.
I think just by face only, innit? They don't name certain people just yet.
Bourbon the Snake Charmer.
Yeah.
Todo the Wrestler.
Yeah.
The Amori Brothers
Yeah.
as well. Cherry and Zigaretta, the Huntsman.
Oh yeah.
No, these guys, you know, they're all
Low tier.
B class faces. Some of them anyway. Yeah.
But it's good because it fools you.
Yeah.
If you met the people, that's one of the problems I had with Bleach though. Because Bleach is like the moment someone has a good character design, you just know he's important.
Yeah.
You just know you're going to be important.
Yeah.
But this is like so many people got good character designs. You don't know who's actually going to be important.
Yeah.
Like a certain man.
I think
that in there. Yeah.
One Piece do that very well actually. I can't.
Yeah.
One Piece does that as well.
One Piece do that
One Piece.
so well.
But we're not here to talk about that's another day.
That's another day.
Yeah.
I swear that guy just dreams character designs. But yeah, go for it.
And so he does tell them that Hisoka has failed the test before. And he tells you why as well. He tells you that it's because he's he takes out an examiner. At this point, you know that this is a character you should be keeping an eye on.
Watch him, just watch him.
Yeah, I keep going.
So then, realizing Hisoka was permitted to try again for his license, those listening question whether someone as wicked as Hisoka should be allowed to.
Exactly, as if he's gonna pass the test of sister and mother. Why don't chat like it's about morality? This is not a show about morality.
It's not.
Tompa seems to know that because he says like the Hunter Association is not morally based. It's not moral, so they shouldn't be having those kind of questions. Morally unbiased. Examiners are newly drafted in this year. Each examiner gets to choose what kind of test they give the candidates. So we get to the first phase. I think I missed anything out.
No, I think that'll be cool.
Meet Killua.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we didn't even talk about Killua and his skateboard.
He's not going to be important. He's a B-lister. Killua, who's that? He's a B-lister.
Yeah, you're right.
No, okay.
Because we see Killua, innit?
Go for it.
Yeah, so obviously Tompa tries to offer up the dodgy beverage.
Yeah.
Because of Killua's poison training, he just backs it, no problem. Do you know what I mean? He's like, that's a bit funny. Gon smells the poison. Yeah. Tompa's a scumbag.
I bet he's been fermenting that for years. Just fermenting it, like soon he'll be ready.
I don't think so. Like it had to be a laxative. He didn't want to hurt them.
Yeah.
He didn't want to kill them or anything. He just like, I just want you to go on and just shit yourself. I want everyone else to leave you alone. Like go. But I love it. He's got the tactics on lock. I think he's years in this.
What about Killua? What's your thought on Killua?
Well, at this point,
what we see.
so we just see Killua. He's side-eyeing Gon. He realizes that this is a kid that was same age as him.
Yeah.
He seems to have made it He seems to have made it to a hunter exam. I was intrigued. You know, I like that little mysterious vibe. You know, like the guy who just like kind of stays back and keeps an eye on people. But it as their friendship kind of grows and blossoms a little bit, and you realize that Killua doesn't really care about Leorio or Kurapika in that moment. He doesn't give a damn about those. He's like, there's something about this kid that is a bit special, so I'm gonna stick with him and see.
Do you know what I like? Yeah. Do you know what I liked? I saw him. I thought he was going to be a B-lister character, maybe a bit better. I mean, if the opening had explored a bit more. I fucking hate that. But I thought he's going to be okay. But I did rate when he was on the skateboard and he was just talking to Gon like, what are you doing here? I'm trying to be. Oh, so what are you doing? Like, I'm just doing my thing. Say no more. Let me get off the skateboard. I was like, nah.
That's your level.
Alright. Is it a competition you want to be? Alright, say no more.
And they start racing immediately. Immediate race. They leave Leorio and Kurapika.
Leorio almost died. He almost died.
Take the shirt off.
He's like, He's like, I don't care if I look like a fool. Leorio almost died.
Still around his neck.
Leorio, man.
I love it.
He's a joker, but it's not about Leorio.
No, I was going to say, but this is actually what you learn about Leorio's motives for wanting to be a hunter as well.
Good way.
Because Kurapika was like,
ish.
Kind of, yeah.
Ish.
Money,
yeah,
right?
That's what he
money.
said at first.
Kurapika was kind of pushing him. I know I haven't known you for too long, but I know that you're more than just about money. So what is it? And I think a little bit slips out of Leorio saying, if I had money, my friend would not have died. And then you kind of realize that Leorio is actually, it's not all about money. He's a good guy. Yeah.
He is a good guy. He's one of the best of them.
Yeah. And kind of hints at why he wants to be a hunter.
Yeah. All right, let's go forward.
Let's go. So, okay, we'll go through this.
Yeah.
I can just picture them two crossing over the top, you know, when they come up the stairs.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, go! Behind Satos.
The way that guy runs is funny though. He's always doing
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to the fog. This is we get to the fog where Satos is just gone into the fog and people are like trying to keep up.
Okay, wait, hold
Have I
on.
missed something?
Just 1 second.
Come on, let's go.
We've not spoken about my G.
Who's your G?
Hanzo, fam.
Hanzo.
Because this is but this is weird because the site happens here where I was like, I like this guy.
Okay.
But yeah, because you know when like the fake examiner comes. And then Hisoka throws two cards, and then the examiner catches it, and Hanzo gets fooled. He was gonna follow him. He's like, oh yeah, shit. I mean, I was with you the whole time. I was like, I like this guy. He's strong, but he's got that idiocy in him.
Yeah, he's got a bit of community.
I love it.
I love it. It's like perfect counterbalance.
But
I'm a fan. So we get to the fog, and this is where man starts dying. This is where man start getting heads rolling. So beasts start appearing in the fog. Beasts, you can't see what's going on. You're trying to keep up with the guy in the shadows.
You think you're going the right way,
and you're following the lure of a beast. Like you see, it's creating shadows for you, and you know people start dying, and this is where you realize what a threat Hisoka really is at this point. So, let me try and recap.
You wanna get
I want to get it right. I want to make sure I get it right. But
So we see a couple people that try to attack Hisoka, don't we?
He gets surrounded in circles.
He just deals with them.
Fam, come on. If I'm being honest, he's just
So
feeling
lightly,
like he's just like he's so far ahead of a lot of people, man.
And I think Leorio sees this.
Both of them do, Leorio and Kurapika. Because they were going to beef him.
Yeah.
They were going to beef
They
him.
were gonna
But they
fight
were
him.
just like, no,
And as soon as they see, because he took one card out and he took 6 people out with one card. Swipe their necks off. Kurapika said, no, this is where we have to run. This is where we have to run.
Smart.
Kurapika goes 3, 2, 1, run. Kurapika goes
opposite directions,
Formation
Split,
C. Everyone get out, fam. I'll bail you next morning, cuz. I'll bail you next morning.
This is what should have happened. Leorio stayed. He goes, no, I'm gonna back it. I'm
gonna fight this guy.
I'm a doctor. I'm gonna become a doctor. I save lives.
Yeah.
I save lives. He thinks he can take on Hisoka. As he's going towards Hisoka. Luckily, as he's going towards Hisoka, Gon comes out of nowhere and saves Leorio. Leorio gets knocked out anyway by Hisoka, but this is where Gon captures Hisoka's attention a little bit. And Hisoka looks at him and goes, okay, I'll keep an eye on you.
Alright.
And then we get to the second phase. The second phase is the Gourmet Hunters. The Gourmet Hunters.
I remember this part.
Yeah. This is where
Not gonna lie, even during my rewatches I skip this phase. I'm not
think
gonna lie.
For you to say that, of all people, for you to say that.
I'm not gonna lie, I skip it.
I'm not gonna.
I don't need to see them hunting pigs, so I just don't need to see it.
It's not interesting at all.
I just don't need to see it.
It's not great.
I think you guys are right. I think this is definitely a weak point of the examinations of the second phase. For me anyway, personally it was, but I'll go through it quickly.
Now, you know what? Okay, let's do it.
Because there is one point I did clock a little bit important, but they just have to go hunting pigs and then make food and cook it up for them. And the guy likes it, but what's her name?
I forget her name.
Menchi and
But she
Bora.
fails them.
She fails them, but she keeps failing them.
Hisoka was ready. I remember he was
gonna
like,
kill her.
I don't want these hands, cuz. I remember Hisoka was like,
He'd have done it as well, man.
You don't want these. Of course he found you. Of course he would.
Successfully.
Of course he would have found.
This is
There's
where
no one there stopping him.
This is where the chairman gets a call and says, hey look, there's something going on. She's about to fail everyone. And this is where Isaac Netero gets he comes out of the sky thing, he just drops in the middle of all of them.
Now he's like, you don't want these hands. He would have been like, you don't want these hands. So Hisoka, and Hisoka would have to shut up.
Like everyone was scared of her.
Yeah.
Everyone was scared of her, and as soon as Netero comes in, she's like, sir, she's super like subordinate to him. He says, fix up. You're gonna have to do the same task as them. They go to get the spider eggs, and a few of them pass, a few of them fail. So
I just remember in that one, a couple men just got too happy and jumped.
They were like, fuck it, into the ravine.
Why would you be that guy? I'm not moving, so I see everyone go. Someone just got happy and were like, there's time. I'm like, no, fam. I would have
If you
waited.
fail during the first event, you're just stuck in a tunnel. You just have to turn around
Yeah,
and walk back. These men are falling down a cliff.
They're dying. They're dead. This is death. This is death. This is death.
So it's peak for those guys. But what I love about it is that Kurapika, Leorio, and Gon all jump together. First ones to jump. They're like, I've been waiting to do something like this, and they will just go.
It was God, innit? You could tell.
God's
tell
going.
when
I think
he
he's
knew when the wind was coming.
He's
it's just a wavy guy.
So they,
It's just a wavy guy.
It's a wavy guy. 42 applicants left. They go on the airship and they go to
The tower.
the tower. Yes, But on the airship, we got Tompa again, still trying to.
What's he doing this time?
So he tells Leorio Kurapika, I remember this in particular, he tells him, like, look, the third stage could start any moment. Because like, you guys keep your wits about you. Keep your wits about you, don't go to sleep. They say wait till the morning, but don't go to sleep. Leorio Kurapika, like, He's a snake.
Let's be that guy before the night of exam to be like, no, it's on this floor. Come in, like,
you spend all night
and you're in some cheerleaders dance room. Oh man, no, Tompa. I even forgot about stuff like that. You know what? The effort this guy is putting in, and I know he comes up with new ones every year. They're not the same. Every year he comes up with new ones.
He has to adapt, doesn't he? You know what? I reckon if you really strike, he could probably become a
He puts in some people. He could.
He is, fam. It's too late. It's just that he found his passion. He found what he loves, and he stuck to it. Yeah, that's what it is. But I forgot about that, and that's so funny. What I remember from this part, though, I remember when Netero was playing with Gon and Killua. Yeah. And Killua is like, and he has to just walk away, and he's just like, I'm trying to kill him.
And the reason why he's frustrated is he says to Gon, he's like, Gon, can't you see? He's literally using one hand. He's using one hand, and he's hopping in power. And this is Netero's way of sort of judging their natures. Saying like, he sees Killua using techniques that are used only for assassins, and he's like, okay, this kid's a bit dangerous, but he sees Gon like persevering, continues to go even after Killua goes. He's like, okay, cool. I might not be able to get the ball off him. I might not be able to get the ball off him, but I'll make him use his right hand. That's
the level I'm gonna get.
That's my level.
I did that. No, you're right. Gon does do some that. He's a good character.
Persevering, and
I did rate Killua's little step thing.
I was
like, when I started seeing stuff like that, I was like, this anime has potential. I remember I was like, it's got potential.
100%. And so, and Netero sees they have potential.
I do like, now that we're doing it piece by piece, I'm thinking about how I felt when I saw Killua in that moment, and I liked the fact that you've got a character who's kind of like supposed to be one of your protagonist characters, and he's got this real dark side about him. And we'll get to it, but soon, off a man and it's calm, say nothing. And it's like I just like seeing that side of him, whereas he kind of counters Gon quite well.
So when it's funny you say that. So when I first watched it, that's actually one of the moments, because immediately after that moment, he's pissed, he's fuming, he's pissed off. He's walking through the airship and he bumps shoulders with these two guys. And he takes them out. He murders them.
See, this is when I said earlier about the tone changing of the show. This for me is where it changed, because we've seen people die. We've seen people die through the first couple of times, but not murder.
From a protagonist.
From a protagonist.
From the kid on the skateboard chilling.
From time you see him doing shadow steps, and then he's killed two randoms. I'm like, raw.
There's something.
Who is this you?
There's something different here. We don't look. He's
no ordinary kid.
He's no ordinary kid. Yeah, you know that. And then they get to the tower, don't they?
I remember this part.
I remember at the tower.
You got the rock climber down.
Got the rock climber. He goes, I don't know do this face. Yes, he's climbing down. I've got you. And everyone's looking down at him. You see these red beasts with
I know what they were.
Flying ugly, bro.
They know what they were.
On their faces and everything. They just come around the corner. He's like, rah. The first one doesn't even get him. He just sees him flying past. Everyone's like, rah. Second one gets him, grabs him. Flings him over everyone else. Everyone's like, we're not doing that. There must be another way. So this is where going for Kurapika, like let's there must be trapdoors, and they start looking around. I think it was Gon who was like, there were 42 people here. There's only like 25 people here, so there must be trapdoors on the top floor. They find some trapdoors. I think they find four trapdoors, and they all go through. I think it's Kurapika. Right next to each other. Kurapika, Gon, Killua, and Leorio. And they all go through the trapdoor, not knowing where they're going to go, but they end up in the same room. And they have to wait for a fifth person. And who's the fifth person?
Who is it?
Tompa, Prime Minister.
I like Tompa, Tompa comes down.
He's politicians. I can't lie, now that I think about it, he's such a
when he was just like, this is the furthest I've ever been. I've never been this far.
Oh, he has one of the best moments in this. He had something that was art. It was so close to being play of the game. But we'll get onto that later.
We'll get to it. Okay, so at this point, they will get their wristwatches and next do challenges versus prisoners. Yeah, I think it's a 5v5.
They got to do the voting stuff first.
Yeah,
that's the basis of waiting for 5 of them. They need the majority rule to be able to advance down paths and pick routes. And that's the whole point of the watches.
So they have watches,
and then they get
So they get to the first thing and it's, do you want to go left, do you want to go right? Obviously there's split between, but it doesn't really matter, it's left and right. There are choices later on where they become close.
But they know Tompa's immediately trying to, like, because Tompa's the only one, he's the only one picking X's instead of O's, you know what I'm saying? So they've already got 9 of them, and then I think the first challenge was
against the prisoners.
Yeah, a murderer comes and Tompa goes, okay, look, I'll go first because look, if it's 2-2, you don't want me.
Fantastic. Arguably played the game so close. So close to playing. When I was thinking of it's not that. That's not even what it is. It's the weight and it's the charge. I thought, Tompa, magic, go for it. I thought he was going to Super Saiyan, but it was just like, I give up.
You see Leorio and everyone's sweating.
This is power. And then he's just like, I give up. Man, he got into that monkey stance like Vegeta. He was ready.
His eyes are red.
And then he's like, I was like, this guy is for nothing but banter. Nothing but banter.
Probably the smartest move you could have done.
Oh yeah.
Of course, man. But like,
and in hindsight as well, I can't lie.
Yeah. 72 hours to get out of place. You know what I'm saying?
Because what did he say? He was going to break your throat so you couldn't speak and torture you for 72 hours. It's a good thing he said give up, you know. He was going to get fucked.
Yeah, but Hunter has a dark side to it.
It's dark.
Hunter has a dark side to it.
And then we have Gon.
Shouldn't be one of those guys watching that. What are you gonna do? Yes, yeah.
Oh, it's alright. We got Gon. So Gon's the next one up. He faces the next prisoner. A cereal bomb. Yeah, and so he has a choice to pick a short candle or a tall candle, and it's who can have their candle burn the longest. Gon chooses the long candle, but it doesn't matter because he's triggered. Yeah, he's rigged both of them. He's
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So the candle has got some sort of gasoline or petroleum or something on it, so it starts really starting to burn. It starts going through it really quickly, and Gon says, "Okay, well, thank you for giving me such a strong flame." He puts his candle down, goes over to his candle and blows it out.
He's like, the wind ain't gonna get it then.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, thank you very much. I'll put it down and I'll do the rest. Kurapika is
this was
the blue guy. I forget his name.
Majitani. Engages in a deathmatch, and refuses to kill him after seeing red and knocking the criminal unconscious. Matani feigns unconsciousness in an attempt to run out the clock.
Well, I think this is kind of where we see a bit of Kurapika's backstory to a degree as well, because the whole thing that made him mad was the fact that this guy had a spider tattoo, which is something we can touch on later, but that's what sets him off.
Okay.
Do we actually get Kurapika's backstory now?
Not particularly, it's just we know that he sees the spider and he kind of loses it,
So and then Leorio, I think, holds him against the edge of the drop, and he wakes up, and he concedes the fight.
That's to do with the next battle with Leorio. That was part of the gamble, wasn't it? Because he had to make betting matches with the girls.
Yeah,
he had to make betting matches. One of them was, am I a boy or a girl? One of them was, is this guy that's pretending? Is he actually dead?
And Leorio took that one just to group her up.
Just to group her,
And he was like, I'm doing it, fam. Tompa's out here just doing all madness. Let me have my time. But yeah.
Leorio goes up next year with the betting, but he loses 10 hours.
He does.
So he loses a lot of time in it. Then his killer was up next.
Boy,
this was
yet another tonal change.
So what do you think about this?
Because I thought, this is what I thought, I'll touch on this later, but I thought this was going to be the first fight in Hunter x Hunter. So I was like, alright, Killer can fight, innit? This guy looks like he's gonna do dirt. So I'm like, alright, this is gonna be a moment. And there's moments like this a lot in Bucky. I find that Bucky's another one of those anime that has these moments where everything's prepped, you think it's gonna be a fight, and then one person makes one mistake, bang, night, nigga, sleep. And that's what that was, like, boom. I was like, I even went to the manga, and because in that one he puts his heart on a little thing in it. In the manga, the heart's there. The blood's everywhere. It's just like,
I
was like, alright. First of all, I knew the scaling. of the where everybody was in scale, and I knew Killer was somewhere so far ahead of the rest. But that was
Oh yeah, we're talking about Killua's little murder scene, and then after the murder scene, we get to the two doors where they make a choice, and Gon. There's an easy choice and a hard choice.
So I think the long choice was 12 hours. The short route was 3.
Yeah,
15 minutes or something.
Yeah, something.
It was something very short.
But the one sticking point was only 4 of them, or 3 of them could go through the
short route.
The short route, but all of them could go through the long route. Gon goes through, punches a hole in the wall. They all go through the easy route.
Well, before that, they were going to beef. They were taking weapons off the wall. They were going to fight each other, and they even did start fighting. And it was only because they were hitting weapons into the wall that Gon realised maybe we could break through to the short route, because they actually started swinging for each other. They were actually swinging. And Killua was just like, look, I don't know who the third's going to be, but the two of me and you. He was like, me and you are going. One of these man can come.
I respect that.
It's like a house party, isn't it? You just got a certain amount of
certain space, fam.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, we move on to the fourth.
Okay, we move on to the
fourth phase.
How could we forget Hisoka?
Okay, we have to talk about
How could we forget Hisoka?
That fight with the little
and he really came back. He was an examiner the year before, and he was like, I'm coming back to you this year. I'm coming back.
And the knife things, and Hisoka's song. He's got this really nice Spanish.
My ringtone. This is my ringtone.
Hunteritis. No. Yeah. It reminds you of like the Espada music. When Bleach gets to a certain point, the Espada come in, there's this nice music comes in. But yeah, man,
I will give it that. Yeah, so Hunter has beautiful music. Yeah, but even the ending credits, man. You get rock music, screamo rock. That's pretty cool. Let's go. And then onto the fourth phase, you got a manhunt on Zebu Island. Zebu Island, 25 the last 25 competitors. And they have to get the number plates on each of.
So it's hunt while being hunted, basically.
Yes.
And I remember your nameplate was 3 points, and for every other nameplate you got was
3 points for yours,
your own,
3 points for your target,
3 points
and 1 point for every other badge you got.
And you needed 6
points.
So at least keeping your own and getting your targets.
Yeah.
Failing that, rack up the points.
Grab some randoms.
Rack up the points any other way you can.
Yeah.
And then we realized that Gon's target is Hisoka. He spends a lot of his time just thinking.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you guys,
For me, this is the best part in this whole thing. The whole of this exam is the best part. Because this is the part, because they keep talking about being a hunter. But this is the first time it's kind of like, this is what it means to be a hunter. You've got to hunt a hunter, you know. Yeah. You've got to really hunt it, and you've got to like, track it. You have to track Hisoka, look at him, and then he's like, it's hard, but you know, this man he gets him slipping. We can get him slipping. When he's about to fight someone, he's about to kill someone, he loses it, and I can get him then, and he just goes in. He does Zets by accident. Yeah, he does it by accident, and waits for that one moment and just catch it. And when the moment he gets it, Hisoka's like, "Nigga, say what? What? Nigga, say what? You coming for me?" And he just gets it and bounces. And then what I love so much is usually in every other anime, this is the point where he wins, and then he just stop, bang. Some other guys hunting him. You gotta watch your back. You gotta watch your back. And the black guy was like, sorry, G man.
I rated it because he even rated Gon.
Yeah,
he watched Gon learn. He was like, he saw him level up.
Yeah, so he was watching the guy watching.
Man. You gotta see he was in front of you. You gotta see he's behind you. That's the mistake you made. You didn't see he was behind him.
Yeah, he's only looking in front, right?
It's actually quite.
So he was actually Hisoka to that other guy, right? So because the other guy was waiting for him to make a move.
Yeah.
Right. So
exactly.
Yeah, but Hisoka rated that at the end of it all, didn't he? So, because Hisoka ended up murdering the brother.
Gon only carries on because Hisoka steps in and says, no, you worked hard.
Yeah,
take it back. Come back, give it to me another time.
Yeah. 16. That whole period is so sick. And then also another bit, just real quick before we move on, I have to shout out Killua again doing dirt, because Hanzo was he's hunting, and that is a strong guy to be hunting.
He's a ninja, fam.
Yeah, man, I know. But the way he switched the tags real quick and just sent it flying, and then when Hanzo caught it, he's like, and he's like, shit. Yeah, I have to make Killua for that. But
we also have, remember Leorio. Leorio's badge was a little bit tricky as well.
Was it the snake guy?
It was. Wasn't it I might be getting it wrong. Maybe there was an incident in the cage.
There was in the cave. I can't remember whose target was who though, because Bodoro, the snake geezer, he set up in the cave, but he set it up in a way that if anyone got in, they couldn't get out. Yeah. But then the bee girl, she sent her drone in and ended up killing him. Yes. But when she went in to get the tag, she now couldn't get out.
Oh shit!
So then was it Leorio's target? Was her then?
It was.
Because Because I think they end up knocking her out and taking the thing when they finally get out the cave.
Yeah.
But to get in, there's a whole madness.
It's a little bit of madness, yeah. I don't remember exactly how it went, but I remember it was a bit tricky, and they did showcase a bit of like teamwork and a bit of skill. But
didn't Gon just firm the snake bites?
I think he
He
did.
firmed the snake bites, and they took
He's
the
a man of nature,
bro.
bro.
He's a man of nature.
He's a man of nature. I think everyone else was out at one point, and I think Gon was the only one that was still up.
Yeah.
And then we get to the final stage, which is the tournament.
The 1v1.
Tourney.
Yeah.
And this is probably my favourite little setup,
Yeah.
I can't lie, because there is no tournament I've ever seen where the loser progresses to the next stage.
Yes, that's true.
That sort of
That's true.
format was interesting, because even if you lost, you still had a chance to go through.
Yeah.
And it's only one person that wouldn't become a hunter. Everyone else could become a hunter.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you got to the top of the pile, you're not
Basically,
out.
yeah,
You're out.
yeah.
You're out.
What do you think about that point?
Yeah, man. I
Interesting.
Yeah.
as I said, with the first fight was Hanzo and Gon. It's
Hanzo
probably
and Gon.
one of my favorite bits.
Yeah?
One of my
Why
favorite
is he on your favorite?
Because I know Gon knows he's outmatched here. He knows he's outmatched here, but it's the resilience and knowing that you can't kill your opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that if you're just stubborn enough, if you just push through enough, you can have your limbs broken. I'm still not gonna give up. Hanzo got so frustrated. So even after he said, "Okay, fine, I give up," I think he still gave Gon a couple of licks.
Yeah, he broke his
Knocked
arm.
him
I
out.
remember he was like, I'll break your arm, fam.
Yeah.
And I remember he was like, I could just kill you and take it next year. And Gon was like, you ain't gonna do that.
yeah,
You ain't gonna do that, though. You ain't gonna do that, G. I know you.
I know you.
You ain't
That's it, I
gonna
know,
do
but
He was
that.
really like, nah, let's find a way that we can both win.
Yeah.
He was really.
And then I think he realised, because he was like, look, Hanzo, you're one of the strongest guys here.
Yeah.
Just take this and you'll bag the next guy up.
Definitely.
And he did it. And he did it.
And
It's one of the best moments in this arc, inside this whole arc in this moment.
I think
One of the
Well, I
best
think that was one of my. But I'll get to what you
Yeah.
think is the best moment. But
One of the best moments, yeah. Is that about it?
No.
You know this arc very well.
Near enough. You still got the 1v1s. Obviously,
Gon-
Gon gets knocked out at this point, so
he's
it kind of does a little jump and then comes back and lets
Yeah.
you know what happened.
a little flashback.
Flashback.
So who did Kurapika and Leo?
I remember Kurapika ended up having to fight Hisoka, but then Hisoka whispered something into his ear, and Kurapika backed out.
Yeah.
Oh no, Hisoka then
backed out.
Hisoka dropped out.
Yeah. So
Kurapika
he let
advantage.
Kurapika.
Kurapika went through. Hisoka went up to the next round.
Yeah, and then he probably finished that guy.
I think Hisoka fought. Was it the old white guy with the ponytail? Didn't he fuck him up?
Yes.
I forgot his name.
And then what about Leo Rio?
Who did Leorio fight, man?
I don't think they say who they were. I don't remember. Anyway.
I don't remember seeing him
I
fight.
don't remember anyway. But then you get to Killua.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this one.
Killua, and Killua has to fight his brother. Is it? No.
Killua kills his opponent. Killua killed
Did he
his
actually
opponent.
kill his opponent?
Yeah, because Illumi got into his head. Well, we don't even
Did he
know it's
kill-
Illumi at this point.
Yeah.
Was that what happened?
But remember, what was his name?
No, I know that.
he
But
was spikes
so
out
after that, Illumi. Because this is what I remember. I remember he has to fight the guy, the needles, right?
Yeah.
And you're thinking, because this is what I was saying. I alluded to it before, but you see all of these people
Yeah.
with great designs in it, and you don't know who's going to be important, you don't know who's not. So I saw that guy from early, and there's a couple scenes where you see him talk to Hisoka on a level as well,
Yeah.
and you're like, hey, what? Because you know Hisoka's not the guy in it, yeah. But he talks to Hisoka on a level, and Hisoka has that respect for him almost. So you kind of, it gives you a little bit of foreshadowing there. And then obviously he takes off the needles, and it's his older brother,
yeah.
it's Illumi, and it's just, and I remember he was like, he basically did Nen, he did Huts, right? And then he put his hand out, and he was like, you can't move, but you can't let my hand touch you.
Yeah.
And it was just sending Killua to another level.
They touch on that very later on in the series, isn't it? It was all to do with brain control and shit.
Yeah. I get that. But I was like, that's what I thought was Killua's point there.
Well,
right?
that was because so then I think Killua stops that fight, as in he loses and advances,
Yeah.
and then he ends up killing the next guy. Because remember, Killua was the only one that didn't pass that exam.
Yeah, I remember that, because he has to go back and read
He has to
that.
go back the next year.
Yeah. So
So
that
they
part,
disqualified him.
just in general, I just think, first of all, Killua's a fucking murderer.
murderer.
How many
He's a
people did he
Couple
kill?
of guns
How
in
many
his arm.
bodies? Yeah, how many bodies are there?
Directly, you got the two on the ship.
Two on the ship.
The guy in the tower.
Yes.
Who's
Oh,
fighting
that's
to.
four then.
That's who's the.
Because he murdered someone in a tournament. In a
Somebody in the edit should be like,
Yeah, that one. The two on the ship. The one in, that's four.
That's four.
That's 4 that he's just murdered.
Yeah, straight.
That's on screen, by the way.
On screen.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened on screen, by the way.
But like, so first and foremost, Killua is a murderer, and that point in Hunter, I remember I watched a video, a really good video on it before, and it was like talking about how for that person whose video I was watching, that was a point where he was like, nah, this is a real anime. This anime goes deep. But I love the way it kind of you don't know everything, basically. You don't know everything. Things can just change like that, and characters you don't think are important can become important. And just like that, everything goes on his head. And then you get a touch and a taste of the darker elements that will be explored later, and it does have a lot of them.
That's what I do love about Killua, is that black and white in it, because he talks about how much he hates his family, the fact that they're assassins and stuff. But then he also talks about he also talks about how he slashed his mother's eye, and if he ever saw them again, he'd kill them.
Was it him that did that?
Yeah, it was him.
Fuck
On his way out. That's why she's got the
I remember that. Fucked her up. Fuck me.
He snapped his brother inside, he slashed his mother's face, and he's
Jesus Christ, Killua, man.
He went to
and then his mom's always like, I'm so proud of him. He's gonna make such a great assassin. I remember the granny.
Family,
yeah. But Killua's got something, and he needs gone. He needs gone in his life.
Yeah,
he needs gone in his life.
This is why Gon was so angry, because he was pissed off that Lumi made Killua do this, and this is when I think the entire arc wraps up with Gon saying, "No, we're gonna go find Killua now.
Yeah,
we're gonna go find Killua. We're gonna go." Bring him back with us. And,
yeah. So true. So now that we've done the whole big recap, what were your overall thoughts and feelings on that arc in general?
Do you want to go first?
Boy, just joy. Every time I talk about it, you can probably see it on the camera and all that. I've been smiling the whole way through. There's something about the Hunter. Yeah, it's even the early arcs. I love it.
For me personally, I feel like this arc is, for the most part, I think it's kind of average, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think it's average arc, but I think it has a great foundation.
Yeah.
Like I always say when you do your first arc, like forget about the sparky boom and let's make all of these fights and great animation. If you give me nothing else, give me good characters that I want to invest in. And you've done that in spades. You care about Kurapika. You see this guy's eyes go red. You're like, oh, what's his story? Killua is just so intriguing. So intriguing. Gon, you actually touched on it. Gon's a good character. And then obviously you've got people like Hisoka and Hanzo, my favourite character as well.
Don't forget Tompa.
Don't
forget Tompa.
One time for Tompa. But and I think that's what it does well. It does great foundation, yeah. That's what I
agree with that. And I like how quick it got into it.
Yeah?
I know you say you don't like the sparky boom boom shit. But for me, if you can show me a bit of action that gets me into it, that gets me hooked. I know you said character and storyline, but just a little bit of the world and that will get me hooked.
Okay, so change of scenery. So MVP, that's what's next on the list. Who is the MVP of this Hunter arc?
For me, the MVP was Hisoka. Hisoka, it has to be Hisoka for me. He adds that level of threat, a little bit of a danger, and you see that he's different from a lot of the other candidates in the show at the moment. There are some special mentions, but for me personally, I think if Hisoka was not there, it would have been completely different. It would have been completely different.
Hisoka Gon doesn't even get through.
No, but even from just a writing perspective, because he's also my MVP, Hisoka. I just feel like he just makes this arc for me. He makes it like, you take him out of this arc, it almost just crumbles. It needs him there. And like, you're seeing all the stuff, and it's, Gon's a happy guy, and it looks like a lovely anime, and then out of nowhere you just see this booky guy that just, especially if you read the manga, the way he draws him, you just see this booky guy that's just like, you just don't want to turn your back with this guy. You just don't want to turn your back on him, and it's just like, it's very intriguing. And I said before about like, in your first arc, just give me characters that I like, I'm intrigued to see what they do. And after seeing that first arc, you can't just be like, that's it, I don't care about him anymore. You're like, I want to know what happens to this guy. I want to know how his story and Gon's story ends as well. So like, it has to be Hisoka, man.
Hisoka for you as well,
Hisoka for me, MVP.
Do you know what? Even talking to Mo on the way here, that was mine as well before I got here. But as soon as he said Tompa's name, I was like, nah, it's him. He's got some of the best moments in there.
Yeah, he does.
His actual growth in and of himself, the fact that he gets that far into the thing. Nah, it's Tompa for me. It's Tompa. If Tompa comes back at some point, I'm gonna get so gassed. So gassed if we ever see him again.
Dude, I wonder what his Nen ability
Oh
would be.
my
Oh,
gosh.
just sit there and think, what is this guy's Nen ability? It will be some wild troll. It'll be some proper troll. But that's fair. Okay, Tompa to Hisoka. So I guess Hisoka wins that round. Though Tompa is a very good shout, and he has some moments that actually would be play of the game. But we'll get that later. We'll get to that later.
Tompa would have been mine. Special mention.
Special mention. It's just Tompa.
Killer was up there as well.
Yeah,
Killer for sure.
The murderer. I'm just realising right now. I like Killer. Now I'm realising you're a dirty murderer. But for me, Hanzo, of course, he's my favourite character in the whole arc. I just love this guy. He looked like Tien. That was the first thing I was like, And then I was like, nah, the endearment of him being a bit stupid as well. A bit goofy, but being really strong. I definitely would give some shout outs to him.
Special mentions?
Special mentions?
Yeah?
Ooh, who would I give a special mention to?
Because I know Tompa's the guy, right? Tompa's
the guy. He dominated my thought.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Just because he would have been my original first
What
choice.
about
Hisoka.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Hisoka's fair. Alright then, let's move on. What is the saddest moment in this arc, if there was one for you?
I don't know about you, man. I couldn't pick out a sad moment.
Still struggling with that.
Yeah, there's some that there won't be too much, but the moment
Yeah.
I felt like a bit like, oh, bro.
Let me think about this.
So you know Kurapika. You don't get his flashback in this arc at all, do you?
No, you see nothing about Scarlet Eyes yet.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that until you're new.
Yeah, that makes sense then. That makes sense though.
Because that definitely, if they'd have brought up something like that, that would have definitely been sad.
But there are some moments. I think even like a Leoreo's moment of his backstory.
Yeah, well,
It's
I
a
think
part where you're
when they get to
that's
that, the reason why he wants to be a hunter, and it's because his
I was
friends
like,
died.
that's one of those moments I'm like,
He's got a good heart.
I can think of that. I also look at that moment with Illumi and Killua, and I'm just like, obviously it's a great moment, but the sadness of the manipulation
of your brother.
It's just the manipulation of it. It's just like, you almost at a sense feel for Killua, and you kind of see the people who have actually made Killua who he is now. This mass murderer who can't be stopped.
It's crazy family, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with a family like that?
Yeah. So is there any mentions you can think of, or was that pretty much it for you?
I don't know. In terms of like heartfelt moments, maybe Gon leaving Mito.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To go Hunter exams. Because obviously she knows she ain't never going to see him again.
Yeah.
He's his father's son. She ain't never going to see him again.
Like,
so that's kind of sad, but...
Yeah. Fair enough.
I didn't really get sadness from this.
Okay then, so there we go. So now we're on to play of the game. What was the best play in this arc?
I mean, I'll let you guys go first.
Yeah?
I'll let you guys go first.
I've got one.
For me, it was Tompa's. I'm sorry. I give up. That for me was glorious because not only was it a funny moment, but it actually had implications where he was the right thing to do. It turned out to be the right thing to do. So yeah,
I was just so ready, man. When he got it, I was ready. Like, he sold it to me. He fooled me that time because I was like, he's gonna actually go in. I think the anime did that so well, man.
It's the added tension in it, and just the way they did the colours and the auras and the. I was gonna say very quickly. For me to play the game, I think I said it before as well. It's just going stubbornness and just realizing that there is a way to get past this without winning and against your boy Hanzo. There is a way to get through this without just outright winning. And even if it meant, getting your bones broken, getting knocked out, as long as you don't give up, as long as you keep going on, it's a typical
shonen. But it's done well, done in a different way.
Such a beautiful way. That whole tournament bit was.
I don't mind you doing shonen tropes as long as you're just original with it. What I don't like is like when it's just the
power of friendship. So sick. That's so many years of it.
Oh man, and Fairy Tail. There's gonna be conversations on that one because Fairy Tail, nobody does it like them.
No one.
But yeah, that's another debate for another day. For me, play of the game, it has to go to the boy Gon.
I think I knew it.
It has to go the way, because I was in his situation. Because I was obviously, when you see this stuff, you're always imagining what it's like for you. So I get there and I'm like, all the people don't give me a soccer, don't give me, and he gets a soccer and I'm like, fuck. And then literally the way he was like, no, I'm gonna get through this. This is what we do. We're gonna hunt him and look, he's just an animal like anyone else. There is a moment where there is a weakness in him and I'll find that out. And when he found it out and he even accidentally started using Nen by accident.
Yeah.
He was that focused and then he just waited, fam. And the way he got it, fam, I'll always remember his soccer's eyes when he's like, what? It's just like, what? Fam, I was like, play of the game, man. Play of the game, man. Well played.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Okay then. So the last one of all is what is missing in this arc, if there is anything missing. If you had a magic wand to Wingardium Leviosa the Ting, what would you do to change this arc? What do you reckon?
So I don't think anything's missing per se, but I think I would change around how they did I think it's the gourmet phase, the second or third phase. Just for me personally, because you had the first phase, which was almost like a physical endurance test. It was like you test your physical superiority. Then you had the hunter phase, like you said, which is the testing on how to actually be a hunter and use your hunting skills. There was what other test was that? The tower, yeah. So the tower is almost like cooperation, teamwork, tactics, right?
Yeah.
How easily it could break down, yeah.
The gourmet one, I don't know. I feel like I didn't have any.
Just don't jump first.
Have any other implications to it other than cook?
Yeah.
Just don't jump first. That's what I learned. Don't jump first.
Or Netero jump.
That's the only thing.
The introduction of Netero. I think it's the only thing that's important for.
You could have done that in a better way. That whole area there was just trash.
Yeah.
It was trash. It's like what? What's this? But what about you, Excuse? What are you thinking?
Maybe a little bit more during that hunting phase of Kurapika and Leorio. Maybe a little bit more, but that's just me nitpicking, to be honest. And like Bo said, maybe changing up the gourmet exam.
Yeah. For me, it's pretty much like what you said. I feel like almost quite soon it starts becoming the Gon and Killua show.
Yeah.
A bit too soon, and I felt that like Kurapika and in particular Leorio, because at least Kurapika later on gets glow up. But Leorio, these people, I wish that there was more on them and they had their own moments and they had their own pagans that they had to fight and they were more than just comedic relief, you know, and I just feel that that's probably what was missing. That, and also, I always talk about like Sparky Boom and making things all look colourful and having really great fights but having like no depth to the characters and the story, it just being hollow. But this time, it could have done with a little bit of Sparky Boom, just a little bit. Like, I just wish that, because the characters were there, the depth was there, the plot was there. I just wish that there was at least just one good fight that I could take and be like, that was one badass fight. I felt like the first fight that I felt like that with was all the way up until Gon fights Hisoka and the next arc. But I felt like I could have done with that earlier, in particular.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I could have done with Gon fighting someone in the Hunter exam before fighting Hanzo.
Yeah.
I would have done that. I would have done with that. But if there was anything, that's what I would do to change. Change it. So we all done now. Alright everybody, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. Make sure you leave a comment in the sections below. Tell us what you liked, what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see less of. Was we a little bit too harsh? Also, what was your favourite moments? Make sure you let us know. We'd like to hear it as well. So everyone, I'm RevG. That's all from me. See you all next week.
Peace. Right, so
Let's let him sit down.
Yeah.
Alright, whoever the editor is, start now!